Welcome back to another episode of The Councilmen.
This is the 16th episode after our first anniversary. Yay.
I don't think people can actually understand that.
We'll be talking about the future of MCU.
Hold up! What the hell just happened?
I lost breath trying to whisper.
That is the weirdest start we ever have to any show. Ariq just interrupted you, and you start whispering. Oh god! Good start, guys.
Alright, so we are going to talk about the future of MCU, and then yeah, I'll take it away.
Well, Kelvin, do you want to introduce to the listeners who is in the panel today?
In the panel today, in this little boxes that we are in, we have me, Kelvin, and we have Albert, or Joe Movies, as his nickname is. We call him Movies sometimes. And then we have...
No, you don't. No, you don't.
No, we don't.
Shut up, Movie. And then we have Ariq. and then our member, the other one, Teguh. Yeah, he's not here. He did.
As usual. You know what? In the middle of this podcast, so while you guys are talking, I'm gonna try to do some math and figure out how many episodes he has been missing from, just to put it on his face, just to make him feel bad.
Okay, let's make a bet. Is he going to wake up and suddenly pop up in the podcast today?
We're not betting real money, are we?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not sending you yen, Albert.
Virtual currency. I say he's gonna wake up and he's gonna respond to our group text message, but I don't know if he's gonna go into the chat.
I think he's gonna wake up. He's going to ask, guys, is it too late to come in?
He will.
And then comes in anyway.
How about you, Ariq?
All right.
No,
What's your prediction? We're not doing MCU prediction. We're doing the group prediction now.
Good prediction.
Whole new episode.
I don't think he's gonna come in regardless. Like, he's just gonna see the text and he's just like, oh, okay, I'm obviously late. I don't think he's gonna go in. 'Cause I'm pretty sure by the time he wants to go in anyway, we're already done. That's the thing.
Should I read out loud what I text to him?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure, I guess.
At the go. All right, sheep. We have waited from 7 to 10. We have had enough of you. We are gonna start now. I hope you feel bad.
We did so many things in that time. I was playing Monster Hunter with Kelvin. We were gender bending our faces.
Using that Snapchat filter, that crazy Snapchat filter that's going trend. Oh yeah.
Apparently, I look kind of pretty. Not gonna lie.
Okay.
Subscribe.
Like, if I didn't know that was Ariq, I'll be like, ooh.
If you guys support us on our non-existent Patreon, you'll have access to the Ariq private gender swap Snapchat.
Is it even private? We don't even have a Patreon.
We don't even have a Patreon, but if you do support us on our virtual Patreon, Ariq will send you daily gender-bent pictures of himself. So yeah, there you go. Kelvin, you want that, don't you?
No, I'm going to start a new Instagram account.
All right,
that is just
talking about the future of
that's just gender of every actor and people I know.
I like how this topic went from Teguh to me gender bent. No, this is the future of MCU.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, gender bending MCU.
No, we're not gender bending MCU.
Gender bending MCU, huh? Well, I don't know about gender bending, but for sure one role might be gender bend, and that is the Queen of Asgard. You see what I did there? I make a segue from gender bending to Valkyrie. I'm very pro at this, guys.
No, you're not.
Ouch.
I
Okay.
my words reflect my disappointment.
All right.
You know what?
Anyway.
You know what? Let's just start. Let's go into the topic. Let's start right here. Both of you, have you guys seen the trailer for Spider-Man Far From Home? I hope yes.
No.
Yes. So, you never
But I
seen
know some
trailer,
lines.
that's why.
Okay, well, we're gonna spoil it to you, Kelvin. So,
Yeah,
Ariq,
okay. So anyway.
why don't you
Yeah,
go
I don't
ahead?
really care about Spider-Man anyway.
Why don't you go ahead? Tell us your thoughts on Spider-Man Far From Home trailer so far, and what you think will happen.
Booyaka, booyaka, 619.
Wrong, Mysterio.
Well, I'm still kind of now after watching it, like I watched it, I actually read like some news. I guess like they say that Spider-Man Homecoming is supposed to be like how it starts the new phase or whatever, something like that.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
correction. The Endgame is the end to the Infinity Saga, but Spider-Man Far From Home
This is fun.
is the end of Phase 3. That is Kevin Feige confirmed that. Just like
Oh,
how
the NFL,
just how like Ant-Man finished Phase 2, Spider-Man Far From Home will finish Phase 3. But Spider-Man Far From
That's the
Home
thing
is
though, like
begin the new saga.
I'm just curious because in the trailer, Mysterio, he was like he said that he came from a different world, right?
Different
So like
dimension, I guess. Oh yeah,
different
multiverse,
dimension,
yeah.
yeah,
Different
the
world.
multiverse. Like, so I'm just wondering, like, how everything will pan out. You know, like I'm like, oh, this is interesting. A guy from a different dimension. I'm just wondering, like, what will happen next. You know,
Yeah,
it's just raising questions in general.
do you, Calvin, do you actually believe Mysterio that when he said that he's from a different Earth, do you think he's lying or do you think he's actually telling the truth in that one?
I think it's lying. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
I think I don't know. To me, I think that the multiverse stuff is kind of like DC thing in the TVs at least, you know.
Well, that's true,
I know
but
in the comic
Marvel
I know
have
in the comic Marvel have the multiverse too, but like the one that's been really into the multiverse is mostly DC. So it's kind of thinking
okay.
like
I wasn't even thinking about the comic because the most prominent multiverse thing in the last year at least, is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. That thing is huge and it explored
yeah.
multiverse and it didn't even hold back.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I wasn't really thinking about the multiverse before doing this episode. Man.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll be honest, the trailer didn't show too much in my opinion, so I haven't had much to say.
yeah.
Apart from that multiverse part.
I don't think it showed much. I like how the trailer begins with. Sorry, I'm spoiling this, Calvin, but
Tony's dead.
by the way,
Yeah, I know.
yeah. By the
I've
way,
seen it all over Instagram.
Endgame spoilers
Like,
for the listeners. You guys should probably watch Endgame by now. But yeah, Tony's dead. The repercussion of it. Spider-Man is mourning. Happy Hogan is
this
being
world
made a
needs
mentor, I
another
guess.
Tony's, another Iron Man.
Yeah, and he sort of want to take a break by taking a vacation to Europe. And then he met Samuel L. Jackson, and then he asked, "Why can't you just get Captain Marvel or Thor?" And they said, "Like, oh, he's out of the world, blah blah blah." And bitch, you've been to space. I like that.
Oh yeah, I know that joke.
I like that line. But yeah, I think I really hope he's from multiverse. That way, they could actually explore the multiverse in the MCU. And if he's not, I'm really hoping, because like Mysterio is a villain always in the comic book, right? But in the two trailer and the teaser that we've seen, they've showcased him as sort of ally with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty. You guys agree, right? That I'm pretty sure he just pretending to be good.
I thought in the comics he appeared as an ally first before Spider-Man.
But then Mysterio.
I'm not too
Yeah,
sure. I'm not too sure, but for the most part, he's always a villain. But yeah, I'm not too sure.
I don't know. I think I read somewhere that at first he appeared as an ally, and then eventually he just like kind of backstabbed him or something. I don't know. That's what
I think that's what will happen in the movie. That's what I feel like that's what will happen in the movie, honestly.
Yeah, I think that's gonna happen in the movie.
I feel like I don't know why. I heard two theories for Mysterio and his villainous persona. The first theory is the relating to the film Incredibles syndrome, he's basically just pretending to be a hero when he's actually a villain. And that Hydro-Man creature / the Sandman creature, Fireman creature, I heard some theory saying that that is just his special effects because that's his powers, and he's just pretending to fight them, like how Syndrome fight the Omnidroid.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But I've also heard some other theories where he's because of his from a different dimension, he's basically risking the Earth. By the way, this Earth is already confirmed to be Earth 616, which is the same Earth as in the comics, the main continuity in the comics. So maybe Mysterio is going to be like, in order to save my world, I need to sacrifice your world or something like that, which could be kind of interesting.
Sacrifice. Wow. Maybe it could work, eh? But that's the thing I'm a bit confused of. 616, isn't it already confirmed that that the MCU is Earth 1999999 or something like that?
Oh yeah, I heard that. I don't know if it's actually. I'm gonna Google check right now because like I heard the 616 thingy somewhere. I just don't remember where, and I'm gonna double check. But yeah, how did you guys like seeing? How did you guys like seeing the cast back together? Happy Hogan, the high school kids. How did you like Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio? Mario Hill? Let me know. Let me know and discuss while I Google some stuff.
I guess Jake Gyllenhaal is quite a good choice. Not it's a good choice.
I don't know. I haven't watched it.
He's a solid actor, but it seems like I've always seen him as like that guy who plays in that movie. What movie? I don't know that movie.
He's been in a lot of good films, but yeah.
I know, but I don't know what movies he played in. I don't remember the titles. That's why I just said he's from that movie.
Nightcrawler.
Is it in Blade Runner?
What?
Or is that a different one?
Was he what?
Blade Runner.
No, that's not him. That's Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, that's right, Gosling.
Oh, that's Ryan Gosling. Oh.
Jake Gyllenhaal is in Donnie Darko. He played in what's that video game movie about the sand creature? Prince of Persia.
Prince of Persia.
He's also in Nightcrawler. He's also in Velvet Buzzsaw, Okja. He's in a lot of stuff. Prisoner.
Nightcrawler thing really disappoints me because I thought it's about the X-Men Nightcrawler. I was misled to believe. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Regarding your question about the Earth 1999999, I believe that was like canon for some time, but in a recent article from what website is this? In a recent article from the website that I'm about to find out, they say that Spider-Man Far From Home, the Marvel Cinematic Universe continuity is stated to exist on Earth 616. So they make it align with the main universe in the comics.
All right. Why would they do that? I don't understand.
Yeah, it's from Gizmodo, but yeah. So yeah, that could be interesting. Lots of people have been asking the question like, oh, how come all of the kids are still in high school even though it's a 5-year jump?
Because they're still the same age they were snapped.
Yeah. So the answer to that question is probably they all got snapped. But it will be interesting to be seeing like, imagine if Peter Parker is interacting with his classmates like, wait, weren't you in kindergarten last time? Oh yeah, 5 years ago. Now I'm here.
What happened to you? I stayed back 5 years. I got held back.
It's kind of convenient that all his best friends is still in the same year. But yeah.
Yeah, I think they got snapped. I guess you can say they got snapped too, unless Flash is actually an idiot and he actually stayed back 5 years.
I mean, MJ, Flash, Ned, and Betty is all in there based on the trailer.
Yeah, I mean, you can see that they're still,
Mm-hmm. I like those casts. Those casts, the kids from Spider-Man Homecoming are they're a good bunch to hang with. Also, not to mention, the trailer really make the fishbowl look so good. Like
you actually wear the fishbowl?
I'm gonna screen share to you, Kelv, right now. But they did use the fishbowl. and
Yeah,
it
they
looks
did use the fishbowl.
it looks fantastic. Let me see if I can screen share. Yep, share. But yeah, look at that, Cal. The fishbowl does looks amazing.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah,
look
that looks cool.
goofy. It doesn't look goofy. That's the thing.
Imagine if in this Halloween season a bunch of people just fishbowl in their head.
Not like it's easy.
It's actually kind of easy. Like they just put some small LED lights, they put a fishbowl, and they just vape.
Just wait.
It gives the same effect. It gives the same effect. Granted, they can't breathe under all that.
And
But,
just
you know.
Yeah, I wonder how they explain his powers, because in the comics it's basically like illusion based on special effects, which is always kind of weird. Like, how do you make those kind of illusion based on special effects? But I guess
he is a walking CGI.
He's a CGI.
yeah,
He's very so he's very expensive then to actually animate. So the movie's gonna cost
Yep.
the production.
His superpower is CGI.
but yeah, once again, Sam Jackson is back, is looking good. And in a recent interview with Jimmy Kimmel, Tom Holland, once again, as you expected, he spoiled something in the interview. He basically confirmed that the water elemental is Hydro-Man, even though it wasn't confirmed before. And then it's Jake Gyllenhaal is like on the is him and Tom Holland was on the same seat, and then Jake Gyllenhaal is like, oh yeah, you're talking about the water elemental creature, right? That we don't know the name yet. Yeah, that one. And then Tom Holland's face looked like, oh shoot, he just spoiled this Hydro-Man, as usual. But yeah, it looks great. I'm looking forward to it, and that is the first film that's going to be in the slate of the MCU going forward. You guys have anything to add to the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer or predictions or whatsoever?
Not really.
Not
I'm
really.
going to watch it. I'm just going to watch it, enjoy it. I'll be like, yay! Then wait for the next
I don't know
one.
why. After Endgame, I'm just like Spider-Man.
No, after yeah. Honestly, after
It
Endgame,
feels weird. It feels weird, right? Because like something so big, and now you gotta go back to small scale.
yeah,
I mean, I guess it's okay to see like what happens after Endgame. I mean, that's the
yeah. I kind of
It's interesting to see the life after the snap and whatever. 3 snaps. After 3 snaps has happened. And I just want to say one more thing. What was it? Oh yeah, we saw 4 suits in the trailer. So we're gonna see Holo the suit, the stout suit, the black one.
Oh, I saw the Neuer one.
Yeah, it's
I think that's
they call it the stout suit. It's not the Noir suit. Noir suit. And then we see
Noir is different.
yeah, Spider-Man Noir is a different character.
Yeah, it's kind of different.
As
That's
we see in Spider-Verse. And we also saw the original suit, the red and blue. We see the Iron Spider suit from what's it called? From Infinity War and Endgame. And we see the black and red suit. So yeah. I wonder where he got the suit though, because Tony's no longer there. So maybe Shield have some stuff, or Tony have prepped some beforehand. I guess we'll find out coming July 7, I believe.
God damn it,
Sure.
July.
I think it's July. I'm pretty sure it's July. I'll double check, but it's sure July. And then the second film up in the MCU slate, if I'm not wrong, is the Black Widow movie. What do you guys think of that? Are you guys looking forward to it? On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for the Black Widow film?
I am on a scale of Budapest out of 10 because they keep saying that shit, and we never know what happens.
It's
I don't
July.
know.
It's July 2, by the way.
Isn't it? I mean, like the Black Widow one. Is it more like a prequel?
Well, yeah, it's nothing is confirmed yet, but I assume it's a prequel.
Black Widow in the afterlife. Assassinate Jesus.
You mean assassinate Jesus?
What the hell?
What you assassinate Jesus?
What the hell, Kelvin? Kelvin just offended Christians everywhere.
I'm sorry.
Why would you? Why?
Why do you brought it up, Kelvin? No. But yeah,
I don't know.
the two big. I'm pretty sure it's a prequel. I don't think they're gonna bring her back. But the question is when in the prequel. Do you guys think it will be way back before Shield or whatever, or do you think
I think it's going to be the Budapest.
Yeah, Budapest. I keep saying that.
Yeah, because they talk about it a lot.
So you
With
so
Hawkeye.
you,
Hawkeye is going to be in that movie.
Hawkeye gonna make
I
a cameo in that film?
or like a partner kind of thing.
Yeah. It should be interesting if it's the Budapest or whatever, basically before her Shield time. But what else could be interesting is if the film take place during the 5-year gap. I feel like that could be interesting because
that 5-year gap. I mean, yeah, a lot of
They
things can happen.
they go separate ways.
huh?
Yeah, exactly.
What do you mean they go separate ways?
In a 5-year gap, they like they don't talk with each other until
Yeah, I mean Black Widow is pretty much running Avengers most of the time in the 5-year gap, I assume, because she's taking care of everything. But
Yeah.
it could be interesting to see what actually happened within the 5-year gap, seeing the people how they adapt and stuff. But if not, the prequel idea is pretty nice also.
Budapest. No, like
Yeah.
before Black Widow and Hawkeye meet and they're like fighting and you're like, hey, friends.
Yeah. The cast they have some pretty good cast that has been confirmed. David Harbour, who played Hellboy, the last Hellboy, and he's from Stranger Things, who played what's his name? I forgot his character name in Stranger Things. He is in the Black Widow film. Rachel Weisz, who you probably have seen in a bunch of different films, she's also going to be in this film. Florence Pugh, who, if you've seen Fighting with My Family, the wrestling film, she stars as Paige. She's also going to be in the Black Widow film. The rest of the cast, as I'm going to see, but yeah, the cast looks good. The director is Kate Shortland. I'm not too familiar with her, but she has directed some feature film, including the Berlin Syndrome, Lore, Somersault, and a bunch of TV show, which I'm also not familiar with. But in Marvel, I trust because the Russo brothers came from a comedy TV show, and they managed to make
In Marvel with
and they managed to make Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame. So
I don't know if you guys realize this, but like a lot of the cast from Community, the TV series, is in the MCU movies.
yeah, they make cameos and stuff, right?
Yeah. I don't know if you
Especially
guys know this.
I forgot what his name is.
Abed was there. Donald Glover is there.
Ken Jeong was there in Endgame.
Ken Jeong was there, and the girl.
Yeah,
Albert, didn't
I forgot her name.
What?
Albert, didn't you mention? Oh no, I mean you didn't mention it in the previous. You mentioned it to me off camera that Rob Stark was gonna be in the MCU.
Yeah, we will get to that. That is for the Eternals pretty soon.
Oh, all right, Eternals.
But you guys have anything to say about the cast and the directors of Black Widow? And we already discussed the story, so any comments on it?
I just want to know what happened in Budapest, man.
Yeah,
man.
I hope they cover that. If not, that's going to be the biggest question ever because like I don't see any more films featuring Black Widow after this film. So there is no way we're going to revisit it. So if they want to revisit Budapest, it's probably their only chance.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, what happened in Budapest, man?
What happened in Budapest stays in Budapest.
It seems like it.
But yeah, I'm excited for this film just for the cast alone. Scarlett Johansson, Florence Pugh, Rachel Weisz, man. She's been in a lot. She's in The Favorite last year, and she's fantastic. So I'm looking forward for.
I don't know.
Did you saw The Mummy, the original The Mummy? She was there. What's that called? The Ryan Reynolds film. Definitely, maybe she was there. She's in a lot.
With her. I think I know which one you mentioned when you said The Mummy. I'm like, I think I know which one.
Yeah, she's in The Mummy. She's in Definitely Maybe. She's in The Favorite. She's in The Lobster. So yeah. And there was a rumor that Emma Watson was supposed to be in the film, but it was never confirmed. So I can neither confirm or deny that she will be in the film.
Emma Watson.
All right. So next in the lineup, as Ariq has teased us, is the Eternals film. I believe is the one that's supposed to come out next. I don't think Marvel has confirmed anything actually.
Wait, is it a film or?
Huh?
Is it a film or is it a?
What is that?
It's supposed to be. It's a movie, Eternals. So basically, I'm not too familiar with Eternals in the comics as well, but to my understanding, you know the Celestials, right? They explain Celestials in the film as well in the comics. So the Eternals are very ancient human beings that has been picked by the Celestials to be like this godly characters and stuff.
Are they all humans or are they aliens?
I am not too sure, but
It's just kind of weird. Everything is alien, and they randomly pick.
I'm gonna see the wiki if I can, because I've never read the Eternals comic, but I've seen like pictures of them, and the cast sounds amazing. But based on what I understand, is basically, oh god, a trailer just played. I'm opening also website and trailer played. Okay, so the saga of the Eternals, a race of immortal beings who believed on Earth and shaped its history and civilization.
Doesn't really seem much, but all right.
But yeah, the cast so far is the former King of the North, Richard Madden, aka Robb Stark, Angelina Jolie, and Kumail Nanjiani, and also Dong Sukma, which I'm not too familiar who he is. But those three alone, Richard Madden, Angelina Jolie, and Kumail Nanjiani, those are great actors. Did you watch The Big Sick? It's a rom-com from last year. Okay, well, he's a Pakistani actor who's been pretty big in Hollywood now. He's in Central Intelligence.
I think I've seen him. I think I've seen him before though, but I didn't know.
He's in Silicon Valley, the TV show. Fist Fight. Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates, The X-Files. Goosebumps.
What? This guy? Kumail Nanjiani?
Yeah.
Isn't he a comedy guy?
Yeah, he's a comedian. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So
who is Richard Madden?
So him, Richard Madden, Angelina Jolie, and Dong Sukma. Dong Sukma is best known from his role in Train to Busan. So though they are gonna be starring in Eternals, not confirmed the roles yet, except Angelina Jolie apparently is playing Cersei. Cersei, not the Queen of Westeros, but Cersei the Eternals. It's spelled differently.
There's a character named Cersei. I didn't know that.
I just found that out as well. It's spelled differently. And the director is going to be the Chinese director by the name of Chloe Zhao, and she has directed stuff that I don't even know as well, including The Rider, Songs My Brothers Taught Me, and a bunch of short films. So once again, we gotta have faith in MCU because they've taken the Russo brothers out of nowhere. Taika Waititi was not a big name as well, but they took him out of nowhere and make him a star. James Gunn wasn't a big name. Josh Whedon was pretty okay, but wasn't that big. But they have taken a bunch of small names. John Watts, who directed Spider-Man: Homecoming, a bunch of small names, and they nail most of their films, if not all. So yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that's why when I was like, I haven't heard of this actor. I mean, this what is it, director? I'm like, I'm not so sure. But then again,
I don't know. Like I just trust MCU in all the casting and on all the choosing of directors they do.
Yeah, it just works. Just works with them.
Because even though like we say, most of us probably say like the worst film is either Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, or Thor: The Dark World, right? Among usually those, and even though we say they are the worst, they're not really that bad. They're just bad for MCU standards.
They're bad for MCU.
Yeah.
And like even Thor: The Dark World, which I found boring, I understand why they pick Alan Taylor because he directed a bunch of Game of Thrones episodes, and those episodes are pretty good. So yeah.
Which episodes did he direct?
I'm not too sure. You might want to check yourself, Alan Taylor. But yeah, the Eternals. I'm trying to see if there is there's more explanation about them, because I'm not too familiar with them. But they're made by Jack Kirby. Yeah.
Yeah, just Google them, bro.
So the original instigators of this process, the alien celestial intended by the Eternals to be defenders of Earth, which leads to in the inevitability of war against the destructive counterparts, the Deviants. I have no clue what that is, but I heard the film, The Eternals. I heard rumors that the film is gonna span over hundreds of years, so there's going to be either time jump or whatever, but that's going to be very interesting. And I heard it's also gonna take place way back in the ancient times. So we've never seen that part of the MCU. So if they explore it and it goes more cosmic and includes Celestials,
no,
what do you guys think?
So
I
it's gonna
think this is just
it's
setting
gonna
up the big bet.
Which
it's
is
gonna
The big
predate
the big bet
it's gonna
guy.
it's gonna predate pretty much any MCU movie then, like chronologically.
oh, yeah, it's
Yeah.
supposed to be.
No, I feel
Yeah, it
like
could be. Yeah, Kelvin's right. It could be a setup for like another,
it's a setup for the
horror
big
movie.
bet. I think it's either the remember in the I don't know in the Guardian. Just that's my prediction, I guess. In the Guardian Galaxy, the first
Celestials.
one, they have the no the when the collector was explaining about the Power Stone thing, and
Hmm.
then there is like that picture of the giant people
Yeah,
walking.
they're called the
It's a celestial.
Celestials.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a
are they?
celestial.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
Suppose
something
suppose
about that.
the Celestials are supposed to give the power to the Eternals.
Yeah, I mean, who knows?
Yeah, who
They
knows?
could betray the celestials, maybe.
Hmm.
Could be like, you guys are not doing your job. We attack. I don't know.
No, we attack.
But yeah, I feel like out of all the slates that we're gonna see and the one that I'm gonna say after this, out of every of the film, I feel like this one is the most wild card-ish because not a lot of people know what the Eternals are, even though the
What?
cast sounds great. But this is probably the most out of this world kind of thing, literally and figuratively.
I
But
mean,
So
I
Ant
mean,
Man works.
nobody, dude. In all fairness, nobody ever even heard of Guardians of the Galaxy before, and now look
Yeah,
where they are.
yeah, I know.
dude. They make Ant Man works. They make Guardians of the Galaxy works. They can make Squirrel Go movies and also watch it.
But that's true. I'm sorry, I just coughed to the microphone. But yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is like out of all the upcoming films, I feel like this is the most out there, literally and figuratively, in terms of the film.
I think like per
No,
face they like now they'll have that one character that's like what, but like oh okay,
I guess
like
so.
Ant Man, Guardian Galaxy, something like that.
I guess so. Yeah, and aside from the Eternals, other films that we're gonna see are a bunch of sequels. One of the first one that I assume is gonna happen.
Black Panther.
Cause none of the release date are confirmed yet. Disney have officially announced a bunch of dates, which I don't feel like bothering like saying the dates because it doesn't represent anything at this point. Although we can try to predict if I can find the dates, but the one that has most likely gonna be is Black Panther 2, Doctor Strange 2, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3,
Mm,
Captain Marvel 2,
of course.
and aside from sequels, the Shang-Chi movie. So out of those four, one, two, three, out of those five, including Shang-Chi, which one are you guys most looking forward to? And if you have any comments on any of them,
I would say Guardians 3, I guess.
Guardians, yeah, most likely,
Yeah, Guardians.
because there's Thor now.
Because it's most likely Thor, yeah, is gonna be a member.
yeah, that's most likely gonna happen. I've heard some rumors that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is gonna include Thor, and then Thor 4 is gonna include Guardians of the Galaxy. As Thor 4 is not confirmed, Guardians 3 is confirmed, but And however, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 won't be able to be in theaters, I think, as early as the earliest is probably 2021. Because I think they can only start filming at 2020 because James Gunn is still under contract with Warner Brothers to make the Suicide Squad film.
Ah,
Right, yeah.
So yeah. It's good. It's good for James Gunn, by the way. He's now directing both a DC film and an MCU film.
yeah, no, he's a lucky man. I bet he's thinking like, no, thank God they fired me, and thank God everyone loved me.
Thank God they fired me.
And yeah, the films that actually, well, Marvel have announced there's going to be 3 films in 2021 and 3 films in 2022.
Nice.
Sorry.
How about didn't you like I read somewhere that like saying you're going to bring X-Men and Fantastic Four into
I mean,
MCU?
they already bought Fox. The purchase is complete, but I don't know how soon they're gonna integrate it because Marvel has said that even before the Fox merger, they have plans for the next 5 years already. So even if the earliest of that is gonna be, I'm gonna say Fantastic Four. I don't think they need to rush X-Men anytime soon because there's still another X-Men movie that's going to come out this year, The Dark Phoenix. And Ariq, guess what? One of your films that you put in your most anticipated list at the beginning of the year, and I remember I argue because that film is supposed to come out last year. You remember what film it is?
Is it the? I forgot the X-Men one. I don't care anymore.
the New Mutants. Guess what?
Yeah.
They just announced it a few days ago. It's being pushed back to next year. It's pushed back to next year again. So it's been pushed back for 2 years. Maisie Williams.
Actually, I didn't care. I just had to fill something in that video, so I didn't know.
Maisie Williams has aged so much. It's funny if they need to do reshoots. Imagine like, oh shit, Maisie Williams already aged so much. What should we do? In one scene, she's like very young, and another scene, like an adult.
Do not worry, de-aging.
Oh god, that is the first time you're gonna see de-aging on a young actor.
Yeah, de-aging on a young actor. Make de-ager. But he's not even an adult yet.
But yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Do you guys have a prediction? Who do you think will be the villain on that one? I have one.
They're looking for Gamora.
Yeah. Okay. Talking about that, I feel like that might be a plot point. I think they might be looking for Gamora as a plot point. Because at the end of Endgame, we saw that, of course. Thor and Star-Lord is gonna be fighting for the what's it called? The captain position. Yeah. Sure. Of course. And I hope there is a montage. Probably not, because you know how Peter Quill feels fat at the beginning of Infinity War, and then Thor is obviously fat at Endgame. Imagine if they have a workout session in the film. Both of them.
Actually, I don't know what. That'll be quite funny to watch.
Peter Quill and Thor, they both work out.
That's exactly.
But yeah, I feel like they're gonna be looking for Gamora, and I feel like the villain is teased at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 among one of their 5 post-credit scenes.
What?
Adam Warlock, I feel like.
I guess so, yeah.
Because Aisha is a bad guy. Aisha, who is played by Elizabeth Debicki, was a villain in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And Adam Warlock is the son of Aisha. So they might make him a villain initially, because in the comics it's mostly a hero, right? So they might turn him eventually, but initially he could be a villain. And due to his power set that we know in the comic, it would make sense why Thor can help, because Adam Warlock is pretty strong.
Yeah, that's good.
If Adam Warlock is a villain, are you guys excited or
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know anything about Adam Warlock. All I know, he beat Thanos once in the comic.
He did in Infinity Saga. He outsmarted Thanos. But yeah, Adam Warlock is a complicated character. You were saying?
Oh, I didn't just say that.
Okay. But yeah, Adam Warlock is a complicated character. He had an alter ego named Magus, which is like a future version of himself, which is like completely evil and shit. So yeah, that's a whole bunch of.
I mean, the only time we get to see him was in a cocoon. That's it.
So yeah. If you guys can fan cast Adam Warlock, who do you want to see as Adam Warlock?
I don't know how do he look like in the comic.
Blonde dude.
He's a long hair golden dude.
Yeah, I'm googling.
I made, as you guys remember, I don't know if I told you guys, I have like I'm very geeky and I have a whole Excel file of like predictions for a future of MCU.
I know.
And one of Kelvin's like, yeah, I know. One of my predictions. My prediction for Adam Warlock was Ryan Gosling, because I feel like he can play like serious, but he can play comedic. And imagine just to add Ryan Gosling. Owen Wilson as Adam Warlock? No.
Dude, no. I know.
There'll be like too much. Wow.
Wow.
Steve Buscemi.
Oh god.
Buscemi.
No, Buscemi. Ryan Gosling will
Matthew
add
McConaughey.
more gravitas to the already
Alright,
awesome
alright.
cast. That's
No,
Matthew
he's gonna
McConaughey.
die from a heart attack at the Morlock.
Lebowski reference. Big Lebowski cinematic universe. We already got Thor. We got Jeff Bridges as what's it called?
You
Obadiah
mean
Stane.
Lebowski?
So yeah, moving on from Guardians 3.
Owen Wilson.
So Thor 4 might happen
Wow.
with Taika Waititi. That might happen. I don't know. But if it doesn't happen, maybe we see a Valkyrie film because we see passing of the torch at the end of Endgame. Maybe we see Valkyrie adventure with Korg. That will be funny. I will actually watch that film if that happens.
Oh, with Ford.
Yeah, a buddy cop comedy, Valkyrie
What
and
are you gonna
Korg.
do, huh? Play Fortnite?
New Master!
that kid came back again. God damn it.
Luke Master 69.
I like how Fortnite is still relevant after 5 years. And literally half the player base gone.
That's why everyone is a noob.
The half of the player base, all the pros, they're gone. That was just salty kids.
But yeah, that will be actually, if there is no more Thor 4, but there will be a Valkyrie movie with Korgs directed by Taika Waititi, I would actually be very interested to see that. That could be fun.
The
Don't forget
Wilder's Guardians. Wilder's Guardians. Get that reference over.
Yeah. My God. Yeah, and anyway, Black Panther 2, Doctor Strange 2, most likely the villain's gonna be Mordo, who was teased at the end of the first one. He was his
Yeah.
friend, and then he might be
No,
dead. So that's
of
probably
course. Mordo.
He made a crippled guy crippled again. That is so evil.
Messed up.
he
That's
crippled,
messed up.
he crippled an uncrippled guy.
He crippled an uncrippled guy who was already crippled.
You know what? Why don't Doctor Strange uncrippled Rhodey?
No, Rhodey has to learn magic first, then he can uncripple
Oh,
himself.
yeah, you have to be a magic user, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's probably the villain of Doctor Strange. Wong is most likely gonna be back. Scott Derrickson is directing it again, so it should be nice. I hope.
Is he the same director as the first one?
Yeah. I hope they go to the
Well, I'm gonna fall asleep again in the damn cinema.
astral form. Inside joke.
I did not fall asleep. I simply go into the astral form.
Inside joke for the viewers. We watched. All three of us. We didn't invite Teguh. Actually, I think we did invite him, but he was unavailable. And then we watched Doctor Strange together in 3D because we thought. I think it was my idea or whose idea was it? Like,
What's your idea?
Good idea.
it's just like we watched it in 3D. This should be pretty cool. And Ariq fell asleep halfway, and we just keep on making fun that he went.
I fell asleep for 5 minutes because I was already tired, and at the same time, the visual effects were so like disorientating. So I was just like,
So Ariq went to the astral form and
I was
back.
like, oh.
I got knocked out basically
Realistic.
by the special effects.
And the ancient one punch Stephen Strange out of the body. Ariq got punched too.
I got knocked out during the part where they were fighting in that mirror dimension. That's what I know.
Yeah, there will be a lot of trippy stuff going on in Doctor Strange too. I hope they explore more dimensions and stuff. And Black Panther 2, of course, you're gonna see T'Challa back, Yibambe, and Shuri.
Bombe.
I don't know if Nakia will be there, but Okoye is for sure gonna be there. And there has been rumors that Namor is gonna be there. What do you guys think of that?
Oh yeah, I heard about that. No more. The fish guy.
Yeah, basically the Aquaman version of Marvel, if you want to easy term.
Fish guy.
But
Fishman.
it's
Merman.
did you caught the reference of Namor potentially in Endgame?
Oh no, I didn't know.
Is it the part
But
about
I
the
I don't even watch the trailer. So how am I supposed to know that?
No, it's in the fucking movie. You
Is
watched
it the part where they were discussing about there's an underwater
earthquake? Yeah. That's when Okoye is like, when Okoyo's like, there's an underwater earthquake, and then Natasha is like, so what do you want to do with it? And Okoyo is like, it's an earthquake
Oh,
under the
It's
sea.
an earthquake.
It's an earthquake under the sea. We deal with it by not dealing with it. So they be like, oh, maybe it's they don't want to mess with Namor. Maybe that's why.
I
So
don't think they even know
oh,
it's Namor.
oh, is that the reference? That's
Well,
it.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. That's the
okay,
reference.
maybe they don't know it's Namor yet, but in the comics, Namor has a history with Wakanda. So maybe
that's
they
what
do know. Maybe they do know it's Namor. Maybe they don't know. I don't know. But
I think maybe T'Challa no,
maybe he does know.
but he wasn't there.
Well, maybe Namor is already there before even the snap. You know, maybe they have interacted, but they just don't never talk about it.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
But yeah, if they wanna introduce Namor into the MCU, you know, Black Panther 2 isn't the worst idea to do so. Ryan Coogler is returning most likely, so yeah, that should be
but
good.
but Black Panther can swim.
That's your biggest concern.
Well,
I was going to say cats cannot swim, and I was like, oh, if Panther can.
but yeah,
Panthers like to swim, actually.
Yeah, I know.
he will use the kinetic energy and then the water just splash everywhere.
He propelled himself with kinetic energy.
Imagine how cool would it be if there is like a wave and then they just use their force field and then the wave just like stop, or they use their shield. The border tribe use the cloak shield thingy.
No, what if they use the
You
cloak
think,
thing?
you think a bunch of
as a
people will
surfboard.
stop a whole tsunami? Just like a bunch of people with cloaks. You're gonna get washed.
Tsunami!
And they're just like, man, it's not gonna stop. It's not gonna stop shit.
No, I want them to use the shield thing, but then like make it as a surfboard.
Oh, they're gonna ride the wheels into the water.
Gotta catch the wave, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be two kingdoms fighting each other, Wakanda versus Atlantis, if that does happen.
Atlantis. Is it still called Atlantis in Marvel?
It is Atlantis. I believe so.
Oh,
I think Atlantis is just a
I mean, it's not.
general name
Yeah, no
for
one
everyone to use.
owns the rights to Atlantis.
Nobody owns the rights to it. See, I'm just saying, like, is it still Atlantis or?
You know? No, you have to pay if you want to use the Happy Birthday song in your movie. If I'm not wrong. I read about that somewhere.
What?
Apparently, apparently the birthday song is copyrighted.
Who do you pay to?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know who you pay to, but all I know is that it's copyrighted.
So if we sing it, this will get demonetized then.
Don't. that's
Happy birthday.
that's why in Thor Ragnarok, the Grandmaster have his own birthday song. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
It's your birthday.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna
Oh
say.
yeah, that's why they didn't want to get copyright.
Back to the topic. Shang-Chi's another film. There's going to be a master of martial arts. I'm not familiar with him. I'm guessing it's going to be an Iron Fist version kind of thing.
Who is Chang? How do you type the name?
Shang, Shang space Chi, like the Chi. You guys have any interest in Shang-Chi or Captain Marvel too?
Oh,
It's weird.
No.
I like Captain Marvel, but out of all the sequels, Captain Marvel 2 is my least favorite. Like, okay, it's my least looking forward to, but I feel like as soon as I see the trailer, I'll be interested because
This is Bruce Lee.
What?
This character is basically Bruce Lee.
It is. It literally is. I'm not kidding you. Shang-Chi is literally like a Bruce Lee in MCU.
well, that's too bad. They can't cast Bruce Lee anymore. Dead.
Even his son is, yeah.
His son is also dead. What do you mean?
But yeah, Shang-Chi is gonna be there. I'm guessing it's gonna be a cooler version of Iron Fist. Captain Marvel 2. I hope they do her justice because the first film, the more I think about it, the less I like it. Even though
What film? What
Captain
movie?
Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
Even
see?
though I like Brie Larson in the cast and I like Goose, but they did not touch on her backstory mythology about the Kree, Hala, and everything at all. So I hope they explore more of that. Because a lot of people like the Earth stuff in Captain Marvel. I prefer the space stuff more. Well, no, actually I don't prefer the space stuff.
That's just good.
Captain Marvel wasn't written very well, in my opinion. I say not my opinion.
I agree.
Mine and my friend's opinion.
I agree. So yeah, those are
Except the belly flop scene. That was the best one.
Huh?
See?
The belly flop scene. That was amazing.
Yeah, belly flops
So, yeah,
into a damn
that is
spaceship.
that is the upcoming films potentially, and then still in the realm of MCU, we touched upon it three or two episodes ago. Me and Kelvin only. In the Disney Plus streaming service, there's 4 films. There's 4 TV shows that's canon and connected to the MCU for sure, and that is the WandaVision, the Wanda and Vision TV show. Not too sure what's it about because Vision is dead, so I don't know what's gonna be. There is like rumors that it's gonna take place in 1950s.
Yeah. What if it's Wanda and her vision? Wanda's vision. Wanda's vision.
I have no clue.
She can see.
First of all, the title WandaVision is stupid. it's
Oh,
laughable.
Wanda Vision.
It sounds like a channel. It sounds like a cable. Like a TV cable.
Yeah.
It's like one word.
It does sound exactly like a cable.
It's a horrible
I would-
title, and they said that it's supposed to take place in the 1950s. So I don't know how that's supposed to happen. Time travel, I guess.
But
I don't know
he's not made yet.
exactly. So I guess there might be some. If it is 1950s, there's gonna be some time travel involved.
Hmm.
And talking about time travel or like going from places to places, the Loki TV show is already confirmed, and it's going to be about his adventures and seeing the events of Endgame when he took the Tesseract and escaped. Most likely, that's the plot of the TV show. As for the Hawkeye TV show, there is supposed to be Clint Barton training his protege Kate Bishop. I don't know if that's going to be someone else or if it's going to be his daughter that he's teaching. Who knows? Because his daughter is not actually Kate Bishop, but they might retcon it. And also the the Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV show, or it might even be renamed for the series into Captain America and the Winter Soldier, given that Falcon is now the Winter Soldier. So those are the Disney Plus originals. Which one are you guys most interested about? Ariq?
None of them.
None of them?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't find it too appealing. I mean, yeah, sure, it's a Winter Soldier and all, but still.
I'm interested in the Loki one because I want to see what he does with the Tesseract.
Oh wait, you just mentioned about the Loki one, like it could set in a different universe what he escaped with the Tesseract.
I guess so, yeah.
I mean, if that were the case, I guess that would be an interesting approach.
Mm-hmm. And well, Kelvin, this you might like this one. Then it's confirmed that the Hulu TV show is going to star Gabriel Luna's version of the Ghost Rider that was in Agents of Shield. It has been confirmed.
Oh,
Are you
cool.
are you excited? No. Not excited.
I don't
Kel?
even watch the episode when Ghost Rider come out I haven't watched it.
Oh, I thought you watched it and you liked it. So I was.
No, I really want to watch it, but I never found that motivation to watch it at all.
Ah.
I was like, hey, yeah, I need to watch it, but then marvelous. So I don't.
Well, aside from that, there's going to be a Hellstorm TV show in Hulu as well. I'm not too sure what Hellstorm is. I believe it's a demonic character in the MCU as well. So that should be kind of interesting. And yeah, in Hulu, you still have Runaway Season 2. Season 3 is coming.
If you Google Hellstorm, you have to put Marvel in there. Or not, you get the death of Nazi Germany.
That's not true. I typed in Hellstorm and everything that comes out is comic book stuff.
What?
Oh,
No, I type in Hellstorm. The one that come out is
that's-
Hellstorm, the death of Nazi Germany, 1944, 1947.
I guess Google.
Fine, let's see what I get. Will it be completely different?
I think Google know our search history and they just like reference us. So Calvin has been
Why
searching
would
for Nazi Germany.
search for historical
Oh, shit.
bullshit?
Calvin has been searching for Nazi Germany. It's the secret that's been
Disconnect!
exposed.
I've been late.
Wait, guys, wait. I got
Calvin is caught.
both. I got both. The death of Nazi Germany, and then there's the fictional character.
I do not have. I found a Hellstorm the author, Hellstorm Marvel TV show, Hellstorm Marvel comic. I have nothing
Oh,
about Hellstorm Nazi Germany.
Now that I Google Hellstorm, not the
Oh,
Nazi
okay.
one.
It makes sense. The
I kn-
Hellstorm is spelled with one L. not two L's. Does it make a difference?
No, it's 2L.
My one is Hellstrom, not Storm.
Okay, it's
Yeah,
Hellstrom.
Strom, not
My
Storm.
bad, it's Hellstrom. I misread it.
Not Hellstorm.
No,
but
but
Hellstrom.
now that I see how he looks, I know.
Okay.
I know this
Hell-
one because of
Hellstorm.
the Marvel Future Fight games.
Hellstorm is the death of Nazi Germany.
Hellstorm is
Hellstrom.
this
Hellstrom
content
is
has been
character.
identified by the YouTube community as inappropriate. This is the real genocide thing about Nazi Germany, so I'm gonna block. It's 1 hour and
Oh, what?
30
Are we
minutes.
talking
Okay,
the-
I'll watch later.
Hellstorm and Hellstrom. But yeah. So yeah, once again, Hulu have
Hey.
the Runaways TV show. Cloak and Dagger season 2 is still on Freeform right now. I haven't catch up with it. I haven't got time yet. I might catch up with it because I love season 1.
I
think
cannot
that
give up watching series.
Agent. I mean, the only series right now I'm watching is Game of Thrones with Ariq, right, Ariq? And then yeah, our a tease.
I get delayed by 1 week because I'm waiting for good food.
They're waiting for good food to eat. They're like,
Yeah.
a tease.
When I mean good food, I mean the buy one get one from Carl's Jr.
And
Yes.
I'm gonna tease right now for the next, I believe, since there's only 2 more episodes, so in the next 2 weeks we're gonna have the Game of Thrones recap with me and
I
Ariq.
swear to God, all the damn dragons are gonna die before it ends.
I think so.
They run out of money.
how about me?
I mean, you don't watch Game of Thrones, so there was
Yeah, so who cares?
I know Game of Thrones stuff.
no, you don't.
Say something
Yeah, I know.
related to Game of Thrones.
Okay, so Kelvin, if you know Game of Thrones,
It's not something.
Called Virgo.
Kelvin, if you know Game of Thrones
Yeah,
stuff,
that's
what is the nickname of Gregor Clegane?
I don't even know
Easy.
which one that is.
The Mountain.
Actually, you know, that was kind of close for
Is it
somebody
different?
who knows nothing.
Well,
For someone who knows nothing, that's actually quite close. That's his brother.
Really?
no, that
Yeah.
is
Oh,
that
see?
is correct.
Wait.
No,
Oh,
that
it's
is
Sandor. You asked Gregor, not Sandor.
I asked Gregor, and that is correct.
Yeah, that is correct. Never mind. Gregor.
Oh, wait, what? I'm
Sandor.
correct?
Did you
Yeah, that's
Google?
correct. Never
See?
mind.
I know. I know.
Okay, so what Sanders? So what Sanders then?
Sure.
Colonel Sandor. Colonel Sandor.
Back to Marvel. That's
Fuck
Yo.
Marvel. Fuck Marvel. Let's discuss about Game of Thrones. Fuck Marvel.
change of topic in the middle of the episode. I feel like, well, by the way, after this episode, I feel like we need a break from Marvel. We talk a lot of Marvel stuff, so we will talk about our stuff after this episode. But yeah, Agents of Shield is still going on. They have a bunch
That's
of
still
anime
going on?
shows. It still is. I think final season is season 7. I think the final season. I think I'm not sure.
My God, that's
Yeah.
I thought it's going to be dead after like season 4 or something.
Kelvin, I believe the reason why you want to talk about the future of MCU is because you want to integrate the X-Men and Fantastic Four into the discussion.
Not really. I even forgot about it until like before I mentioned it.
Well, okay, so I'll go with Kelvin first. If you are working with Kevin Feige, and Kevin Feige asks you, how can we integrate the Fantastic Four and X-Men into the MCU? What will your answer be?
Face Evans as Human Torch.
Not casting, but like storyline. How would it?
A bunch of scientists. Hey, now that they know space, like stuff exists in the space, they're like, hey, you 4 smart people, go out there and get me some stuff. They come back and they're like, oh shit, I turned the stone. I'm stoned.
I'm stoned. I'm stoned.
Oh, shit, I'm stoned.
I'm stoned. I'm stoned. That's what happens when you look at Medusa. Oh no, I'm stoned.
I'm stoned.
I'm stoned.
And then like Human Torch is like showering. No, it was like winter, but then he's like, it's not that cold today. But snow everywhere. And then like I don't know.
I'm stoned.
Like
Kelvin is clearly stoned in this episode, so that's why he cannot think and he haven't expressed much. So let's go to Ariq. Let's see if Ariq is stoned as
No.
well. Ariq,
Yeah.
Wait, but I did give a storyline of why they go to the space and how they get their powers.
yeah,
Okay.
very creative, Kel. Oh, something in space. You four go up to space. I bet no one thought of that. Great job, Ariq.
Great job. Apart from the original movie,
I'm just stating the obvious here. There's something in space.
Well, Ariq, feel free to either pitch an idea of how the X-Men are integrated or how the Fantastic Four are integrated to MCU.
Stone.
oh god, there was a theory about like the X-Men becoming real, but I forgot what the theory was. I read it somewhere.
Why, man?
How about I don't know, like mutant seems very different. X-Men is a bit harder to implement. I don't know. X-Men
I know,
makes more sense. I mean,
Yeah. No, because
I
about
mean,
the X-Men is like, if like, like they're mutants all this time, then where are they?
exactly.
You know?
yeah. Like have mutants existed, or maybe the snap caused like some kind of.
I mean, they did
Radiation?
say the Infinity Stones have a lot of gamma radiation, so
Also, it
Are you
just turns
saying, like-
everyone into different things. Then what did it affect the Wolverine somewhere halfway across the world, and he became Hugh Jackman?
I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I have a theory about the mutants, though. If you want to hear it.
Sure, I guess. The gamma radiation from the snap.
No, that's not the theory. Although it involves Endgame. So my theory is, and I'm guessing some people already have this theory as well. I don't know, but are you guys familiar with the comic book storyline House of M?
Is it when the Scarlet Witch go berserk?
So yeah, in House of M, basically Scarlet Witch, she lost her mind. Not she lost her mind. She go nuts, like Calvin said. She's going insane, and due to her power, and her power in the comics basically is anything the writer wants it to be. So because of her power, and she was so mad that Pietro got killed. I think Pietro got killed. I haven't read this comic in so long, but she was so pissed, and so she created an alternate reality.
Oh wait, I don't
And
know.
everyone is brought to this reality that mutants are like the kings of the world. The Magneto family, including Scarlet Witch, because she was the daughter of Magneto, they're like the rulers of the world. A bunch of all the Wolverine and Mystique are like lovers and they're shield agents. Spider-Man is bald and he's married to Gwen Stacy. A bunch of other characters as well. Captain Marvel is the world's greatest superhero.
Ew.
It's like a bunch of alternate reality stuff basically, and in that storyline there is like a few characters which realize something is wrong and they decided to fix it by trying to fight Scarlet Witch and stuff, and eventually at the end of it Scarlet Witch got so pissed because the mutants is like messing stuff up, and she said the line, "No more mutants," and then boom, go back to the real universe, the main universe. However, half the mutant population is gone. So like Iceman is depowered. I believe Magneto lost his magnetic ability, but even though it comes back eventually. So lots of stuff like that happened. And my theory is Scarlet Witch, maybe she lost her mind also because she lost Pietro, she lost Vision, she lost everything, like in Endgame, that's what she said. So maybe she's starting to lose her mind, she's starting to lose control of her powers get stronger and stronger. And then she create the alternate reality of the House of M kind of thing. But instead of House of M, I'm going to call it M of House because it's the reverse. And she's going to create this alternate reality where everyone don't know what's going on. And then eventually they realize, and at the end of it, instead of saying no more mutants, she said the word mutants. Boom. And then a bunch of mutants pop up everywhere.
Why would she,
They said the word
why
what?
would she,
Boom?
why would she say mutants out of nowhere?
Yeah.
I'm sad. Mutants. Tada. I am Hugh Jackman.
Well,
I
okay.
lost everything. God damn it. Mutants. Oh my
I have not think of the details, but imagine the first House of M scenario.
I mean, I don't know the whole idea you pitched it is actually quite good, and then I just fucked it up by saying, "Tada, mutants."
Yeah.
It's a fair criticism, okay? I did not thought it through.
Yeah.
How else will you introduce millions of people who have X genes out of nowhere? You know, that's like the biggest question for Marvel. Unless they use the multiverse theory and say, oh, they are actually a bunch of people from different universe and they got brought here because of the snap.
That I don't know. That's that's an easy way, I guess.
Mhm. And as for Fantastic Four, Kelvin's idea is pretty good. It's not exactly like people telling people to go to space, but I guess that's like the main gist of Fantastic Four. But if they want to do an origin story, they can do that. Or if they don't want to do an origin story and they just want to say that Fantastic Four has been here all along, they could make it like, oh, maybe in the 80s or something, the Fantastic Four are already there, but maybe they got trapped in the quantum realm or the negative zone. Negative zone is a big part in the Fantastic Four realm. Maybe they could be trapped there and then the time and space is not working or whatever, and so they didn't age and they come back in this timeline. That way they don't have to tell an origin story, sort of. But they already have powers and they're just hidden all along. They're trapped somewhere. That could be an interesting way to reveal Fantastic Four.
But I have a feeling the majority of like viewers wouldn't like that. They're just like, what? There's no explanation. It's just that.
I mean, we have two sets. We have two sets of Fantastic Four films, the same way that we have two sets of Spider-Man films, and they didn't do an origin story for Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yeah, no, they.
But
Yeah, I mean, they just made him. They just made him like, oh, I got bit. Okay.
Kelvin, you
No,
were
the
saying?
thing about the Spider-Man one is actually, they have good movies, unlike
I guess.
Fantastic Four.
I guess. I mean, they could do a flashback in the middle of the film, but it doesn't have to start with an origin story. It could start like if they want to make it like, oh, they're here all along, and then they maybe like they do the conversation. They talk about, oh, we were scientists that go to space in the 80s, and then we got strapped somewhere.
I
Now we're back.
was like the thing, like looking at the mirror. I was stoned once. Now I'm stoned.
I was stoned. Now I'm made of stone.
This is gonna be a new.
now I'm made of stone.
This is gonna be a new.
It's gonna be a documentary. The man who was stoned and now is made out of stone.
Stone Man, that's his name.
Stone Man.
Invisible Woman. Invisible Woman is like, I was once so drunk I didn't see myself in the mirror.
No,
and now no one can see me.
no one can see. What about Elastic Guy?
No, what if they make like Susan Storm into like?
My girlfriend said I was limp, and yeah, that's kind of self-explanatory.
No. What if Invisible Woman is like an exhibitionist, and then like when she got the invisible power, it's like no. That's not when she gets naked.
She can't.
What are we talking about?
I don't know.
We went off track. I forgot. This was supposed to be the future of MCU, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So based on our arguments, you can clearly tell that the future of MCU that they are fucked.
They are stoned. They are stoned.
They're stoned.
They are stoned.
Yeah, well, we covered a lot of the future of MCU films, TV shows. I guess there is one final question that I have to ask you guys. Who do you think will be the big bad for the next saga of the MCU?
I have two theories.
Okay.
I don't know why people really want Galactus. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know. I say is either I don't know Galactus. I have a feeling it's Galactus.
Or
Okay, because now that they introduce space and stuff, it could be Galactus, or because of time travel, maybe Kang.
oh, that's a good idea. Actually, I didn't thought of that.
I mean, yeah. In your Excel spreadsheet, you suggested the Kang. I forgot what you called it.
No, I never. In my
Not like
in my defense, in my Excel spreadsheet, I've reached phase 7, and I have not introduced Kang yet. I have not introduced Kang yet. So
yeah, I'm thinking like because of the time travel, so maybe Kang. I mean, like, he used time travel, right? To
He
what I
does.
know, at least. My
He does.
little knowledge of him. That's like...
I mean, you play Lego
That's
Marvel
popular.
too. You play Lego Marvel too, and Kang.
Oh, yeah, Kang was there.
Literally,
Right.
he was the big bad, and he literally time traveled to grab all the different parts of the universe and timelines.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, yeah, there you go, Kang.
Oh, wait,
So-
did you
yeah.
buy? Wait,
So, I say
did you
the
buy
Galactus of
Lego
Kang.
Marvel? Did you buy Lego Marvel because Teguh played it and you were like, oh, that's fun.
I did that. I literally bought the
I'll
game.
do it.
Yeah, we were playing in Albert's house. We didn't invite Kelvin this time. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Oh, sad.
No,
Oh,
he
sad.
wasn't. He wasn't here yet. So yeah,
He wasn't there. He wasn't. He
You play
wasn't.
Lego Marvel, and then next day I definitely purchased Lego Marvel. But Ariq, so your prediction is also Kang?
I'm not sure what.
Kang?
Actually, I don't have a prediction, but I think Kang is more suitable than Galactus. I don't know.
I say Galactus is suitable if there is Fantastic Four.
Because
Oh,
yeah,
if there's
Fantastic Four are, of course, Galactus is the main is more of Fantastic Four villain than an Avengers villain.
Exactly, that's the thing. Galactus is assuming if a Fantastic Four is in the big picture, you
Mhm.
know.
Also,
So
if
Kang is
Fantastic
kind
Four is in the
they
big
have
picture, then it's
they have-
Galactus. But if they're not, so it's most likely Kang.
I say Kang.
Yeah. So it depends on
Yeah.
Fantastic Four, really. Then.
They have to build up.
Or I read some theories about, I don't know. I don't think it is, but some theories suggest about Dormammu because the time stone isn't there anymore, so he's like,
Oh,
I don't have to
Ah.
bargain anymore.
oh shoot!
Dormammu, I've come to trade. God damn it.
don't have to
Bargain.
bargain.
God damn it.
Don't have to bargain anymore. Every Chinese salesman is now in panic.
Okay, Albert.
Too much lah. Too much lah.
Too expensive lah. Too expensive.
Like
Cannot.
Calvin just offended every Christian in this podcast. I offended every Chinese in this podcast.
Can I offend every black people? I think I just did by just saying that.
yeah,
This is
Ariq, go to the back of the bus, Ariq. Sit down properly at the back of the
Here,
bus.
Hey,
you have to say it like,
now you're offending
Black
black people.
Panther is a bad movie. There you go.
What?
Black Panther is a bad movie.
This is the most explicit. What is it?
We're gonna lose
episode ever.
we're gonna lose our sponsors.
We never had one to begin with.
We have sponsors. We have Anchor and Flipboard as our sponsors. Don't you
Wait,
ever
are they
listen?
sponsoring us, or are we just posting it on their stuff? On their.
Don't you ever listen to our podcast? We have
No.
sponsors.
I
Okay,
listen to the YouTube. I listen to YouTube.
Okay, in the
YouTube, not-
YouTube we don't have sponsors because the audio version we have sponsors. The audio listeners know that. So
Oh, I didn't know. Where's my paycheck then? What the hell? Excuse me. Where's my paycheck then?
well, we haven't
Albert?
earned. Well, that's the thing. We haven't earned enough listens, so you guys better fucking promote this podcast to get more listens.
We are by getting stoned.
I'm gonna get to my point of who's gonna be the big bad. Galactus
Okay.
might be the big bad in the long run, like Thanos kind of thing in the long run, but not directly. If they're talking, if they're gonna say the big bad of Phase 4, I can either see, maybe if they already introduced Fantastic Four this early, they could make Doctor Doom a big bad because Doctor Doom has been a villain of both Fantastic Four and Avengers in the comics. Or if they still want to stick with the Skrull thingy, I would really love to see a Secret Invasion storyline.
But
Yeah,
those are the good
everyone
ones
does.
now.
I want to
Until
see that.
Skrull
so
become
badly.
good.
Hey, it can still happen. It can still happen.
Yeah, I know. There could be like the bad Skrulls, but
Yeah.
Bad scrolls.
I mean, anything can
I
happen.
don't think Doctor Doom will appear unless Fantastic Four appear. Just saying.
Yeah. So everything kind of depends on Fantastic Four.
That's true.
Yeah, Fantastic Four is a big piece in the comic at least.
Or
what I know.
it can be the Thunderbolts, which is like the evil version of Avengers.
Who?
Thunderbolts, which is like the Dark Avengers,
don't know.
basically. They're basically the Dark Avengers.
I've never heard of them, to be honest.
Yeah, I never heard of that either. And Thunderbolts.
In the Thunderbolts, there is like evil Iron Patriot. There is Moonstone, which is the counterpart of Captain Marvel. They have
Moon.
They have who the hell they have? I think Red Hulk is in Thunderbolts. The Thunderbolts.
Oh yeah. We never see him again.
So they're basically like the anti-Avengers.
Uh,
So
Deadpool.
they
No,
could
that's not in there.
they could be the next big bet if Marvel doesn't want to go with the route of like a bunch of CGI baddies that they have to kill. Thunderbolts could solve that problem. So yeah, I guess that's my prediction. You guys have any more prediction about the future of MCU?
I really hope Ghost Rider somehow makes an appearance.
In the movies?
Yeah, I really want a good Ghost Rider movie.
Okay. Ariq?
Stone.
Ariq is too stoned to think right now. Ariq clearly want to see the Thing standalone movie, not a Fantastic Four. Just want to see
But how
the
about
Thing.
like?
Just the thing.
But how about from X-Men? Who's the big bet that can be used? I guess.
I mean,
I don't know much
okay,
about
well,
X-Men villains other than Magneto.
Magneto can be, I guess, but it's a generic. Or if they want to go really big, they can go with the Onslaught route. You guys familiar with Onslaught? You might
Oh, is
Google it.
that? Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
It looks like
The one
it's
with where
basically a
Magneto have
combination.
that cool suit of armor, right?
Onslaught is like a
The
combination of
gigantic. Yeah.
it's a combination of like Magneto's rage with Professor X mind or something. It's very complicated character.
Yeah.
And it's quite strong, so they could do Onslaught. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that they can do. If you guys want the full access to my Excel spreadsheet, it will be available in our Patreon in the $5 tier. So
along with female me.
No, like female use VIP.
you guys will have access to you guys will have that will be in the $25 tier if you only sub up to the $5 tier.
What the fuck?
You can request the poses as well from female Ariq.
Oh my god! Oh my god! No, Albert, why?
If you only have enough money to support the $1 tier, you'll have access to our private Discord server. And just to let you guys know, none of this Patreon is available as of right now. We're just making stuff up.
As of never.
As of never.
So never.
Well, you know that the goal is eventually maybe we have enough listens and enough supporters to back us up, but there will be a long time coming. So I guess that's it. Ariq is clearly too stoned to think. Kelvin, he mentioned some stuff. Oh, by the way, Deadpool is still happening. Deadpool 3, although it's not going to be part of MCU. But if they want to integrate it in MCU, I feel like it's going to be easy. They could just make fun of it, like, oh, I guess I'm breaking the fourth wall now. Now I'm part of the MCU.
No, I don't really want them to include it. I want it to be separate to Deadpool one.
Yeah, I feel like it will live better. But if they combine it will be interesting. Imagine if they recast like Colossus and then like, oh, Colossus, you look different. They could just make fun of it.
So is Deadpool the first R-rated Disney then? Technically.
The first R-rated Disney.
No, because there has been a bunch. Miramax was owned by Disney. I think they still is. That they haven't make lots of film, and Miramax.
Oh really? Oh, I didn't know.
Miramax make a bunch of R-rated films, and even like you know how Pixar is under Disney, but you never see the Disney logo in front of Pixar, or like Marvel, you never even see the Disney logo, or even Lucasfilm, you never see Disney logo. So it's still gonna be Fox. They're gonna see the Fox logo. They're gonna see the Disney logo, but even though it's owned by Disney. So yeah.
Okay. All right.
And yeah, I hope the Netflix vendors come back. Doesn't have to be in Netflix, so most likely it won't be. I hope they come back, and even if it's in movie form, I would love that. So that's just my final thoughts. You guys have any final thoughts before we wrap up? Kelvin is yawning. Ariq is stoned. Teguh is still asleep.
See, my prediction was right. We're about to end.
Oh no!
My prediction was right.
No, we owe Ariq. I saw Ariq his 0 too.
Just give it to me soon. Wait.
Yeah.
The line just got the reply. Was that someone? Was that you or was that Teguh?
I don't know.
Is that Teguh? Oh,
no, it's just Albert saying "fuck you." God damn it! I thought it was actually Teguh.
Ariq, we have gone through a whole episode without you swearing, and you have to read out my text out loud. Really? you'll get us demonetized and lose our sponsors.
We never got monetized, damn it.
We got sponsors.
Where's my paycheck?
I will tell you
Yeah,
after we
that's
wrap
my
up this.
paycheck, Kelvin. That's my paycheck. Give it back.
After we
Give it
wrap
back.
up this. Shut up. After we wrap up
This is enslavement.
My
Shut
darling.
up. After
Yeah,
we wrap
yeah,
up this podcast, I'll tell you how much we earn. We cannot disclose that in public. So anyway, you guys can find me in J.A. Wiradharma, Twitter and Instagram. You guys can find me on my YouTube channel if you're listening there at Jaw Movies. If not, then go subscribe there. I post the Councilmen on video over there. I have my Schmodown reactions up once again. Trailer reactions I just did. Well, I don't know when this is going to be uploaded, but I just did It Chapter 2. I just did Spider-Man Homecoming. There's a bunch of stuff, trailer reactions I'm going to be doing. I cannot confirm or deny that if I'm going to do more movie reviews, because movie reviews does take the most out of me because I have to edit and stuff. But if I do, then Detective Pikachu and John Wick Chapter 3 will be there. But if not, then I'm sorry about that. Aside from that, I guess that's it from my YouTube channel. I just lost 4 subscribers, so I'm sad. But you know what? it's true. I lost 4 subscribers. But I guess that's it for me. Ariq, Kelvin, where can they find you guys in the internet?
You guys can find me on Instagram at Ariq Andria, or if you want to play some games, you can find me at W Smith on Steam. Throwback to episode 5.
Yeah, you guys can find me in Instagram. KYA27, and you can follow my Twitch, Disco Monkey 027.
Oh, you remember.
And if you want, like Ariq, if you want to play a game with me, or me and Ariq, follow me on, not follow, I don't know, be friends with me in Steam. Disco Monkey 007. No, yeah. So yeah, there you go.
And you guys can find Teguh in TG23399. Go to his direct message and spam him a bunch of hate mails. Make him feel bad for not appearing here.
A bunch of hate mail.
You know what? Before we wrap up the episode, Kelvin and Ariq talk about some random stuff. I'm gonna try to count how many episodes Teguh has not been available in our episode.
Ooh, random stuff.
Oh wait, actually, I actually want to tell you something in Monster Hunter. Something funny happened. Oh, shut up. Okay, anyway. Tell you in Monster Hunter, if you have 2 neckers, they will actually fight.
Huh?
They will fight you. They will try to fight you.
No, what? I'll catch another necker.
I caught another one, and I put 2 in my room, and they were like,
Wait, let me catch another necker.
Surprisingly,
Yeah.
after 16 episodes, he only missed 4 because like some episodes only me and Ariq or me and Kelvin, so that's fair. So surprisingly, I only missed 4. So I guess that's,
Albert cannot send hate mails now.
you can still send hate mails if you want. Remember, it's TG23399. Feel free to also like comment on his photos and say like sheep or something. So
Is that name Sloth?
keep spamming like, hey, why aren't you in the Councilmen again?
sheep, put like sheep emojis there.
Are you the low? Are you the? I don't know. Never mind.
I don't know. Never mind.
Awkward. Kelvin, Kelvin, whenever you're ready, you can take us away. If not, you can do more awkward stuff. Feel free, your choice.
And the Councilman has spoken. You see, I open it with a whisper and I close it with a whisper.
That wasn't a whisper. You just hit puberty in the first one. And the Councilman has spoken. That voice cracked.
Bye bye, you guys.